Welcome back to Every Disney Movie Ever. My name is Jess and I'm attempting to watch every Disney movie ever. Today, I'm going to talk about Greyfriars Bobby. Greyfriars Bobby is actually based on a true story about a dog whose master had passed away and then he wouldn't leave his master's grave. Kind of reminds me of Archie. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Archie. That movie's really sad. This movie, unlike Archie, is bad. Basically, Jacques was Bobby's owner. Jacques dies. Bobby lays on his grave a lot. Bobby's not allowed to lay on his grave a lot. The guy who owns the inn or restaurant or whatever loves Bobby and tries to feed him and take him in, but Bobby's not having that. Bobby just wants to lay on Jacques' grave. And then the guy who owns the graveyard is really angry that this dog won't leave and keeps sneaking in to lay on the grave, but then comes around and kind of wants to keep the dog because his wife wants to keep the dog. And then there's like, no one owns the dog. So then the police are like, this dog doesn't have a license. We have to execute it. And then there's a trial about who owns this dog and the fact that person isn't paying for a license and letting the dog roam. And they're saying the innkeeper owns the dog, and the innkeeper's like, I tried to own the dog, but the dog doesn't like me. I just feed it sometimes. And then finally the guy who owns the graveyard is like, oh, fine, it's our dog. And they're like, no, it isn't. It's not your dog. You haven't paid for a license, blah, blah, blah. And then all these poor kids raise enough money to buy a license for the dog and come running into the trial. And are like, hey, we have enough money to get this dog a license. Can it be our dog? And the judge is like, heck yes, it can be your dog. So now this dog belongs to like 6 kids, and they just deem that the dog belongs to the city. And they give him a collar. And he becomes the city's dog. It's a pretty boring movie. Greyfriars Bobby, I mean, it's touching that he just wants to lay on his owner's grave, but we didn't see that bond between him and his owner. We saw it for like a split second, but then the owner died. So we didn't get connected to that bond. So we're like, oh, cute, the dog wants to lay on his owner's grave. Totally understandable, but everyone's kind of being like a turd about it. So it's like, why? Just let the dog lay on the guy's grave. Like, why are you all being such turds about it? And then it's just, the emotion isn't where it should be. The emotion's not there. That's all I got for Greyfriars Bobby. It's boring. I give it like a C-. 3 Bobbies out of 11. Just, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. Okay? But it wasn't like horrible. It just was movie. Movie. Little short video you got. Our total movie count is. Parent death toll and cry count are still the same. If you want to keep up with what movie I'm watching when, follow me on Instagram or Twitter and you will find out what movie I'm watching when. I put out videos every Monday and Friday. Until next time, comment, like, and subscribe, but I'm not in charge of you are, so you do you and don't be a turd about it.